yeah, some key points that you've made, and let's hear your opinions about what we're discussing. Do you think Black British superstars exist? Who are they? And do you think that there is a limitation to having Black British stars, and what's that all about? What's your opinion about it? Please let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from you. We want an interactive and engaged audience. We love you so much. Thank you to our 72 subscribers. We really appreciate you. Please, honestly, do spread the word. Do spread this podcast. We bump into people all the time and they tell us, oh, I've been watching your podcast. We're like, not sure about the numbers and stuff like that, because it's not reflected on how many people keep telling us that they're tuned in and what they've enjoyed. So do share this and let people know. And like we said, just subscribe, write your comments, let us know what your thoughts are. What else we want to discuss as well alongside music? What else is there trending that you want to talk about?
AI. Apple have released had their big alphabet thing, where they do the conference and say this is what the tech is coming out soon and all that kind of jazz. They've got these glasses that they're promising to release. It's basically Ready Player One. Like it's that type of glasses where they're bringing augmented reality, virtual reality. They're bringing that into the form of glasses, and yeah, it seems like Apple will be the one that drives the world into the metaverse, because essentially that's what these glasses do. They bring you into the metaverse, and yeah, that's what I know thus far. When I know more, then I can talk more on it.
Yes, I saw the launch of those glasses. Let's get the name up, actually. Yeah, I did see it, and I saw an advert, because obviously they're pumping it to appeal to those who are going to be able to afford it, those who could have afforded the Oculus glasses that are apparently looking like Atari compared to these new ones that are coming, which are your PlayStation 5. So the old glasses price bracket of was what, like 300 plus up
For what?
for the old ones, the Oculus
Oh,
from
I don't
Meta.
even know. Yeah.
So my point being that these are very rich people's toys currently. Like, they are very rich people's toys. Your average people who are scraping and doing cost of living are not trying to go into any metaverse and talk about whatever. They're dealing with reality and what they can see right in front of their eyes. You people there want to go and play in the metaverse and do all this stuff. It's rich people's toys. But it is coming, and it is important to be aware and understand the technology behind it. So when we explore it more, or when you explore it more, then we can discuss it. But yeah, that's been launched this week. What else?
Apple Vision Pro. That is what it's called. Apple Vision Pro. Coming soon. And apparently there is ways and means that they are going to make it mass available for mass adoption, essentially. But obviously the starting off price is it's like $3 something K. So it won't be for the masses initially, but this is how they do things anyway. They roll it out slowly, and so they'll leave it for the elite, for the wealthy, as you say, the richest of society will be drawn in first, and then they'll probably do stuff like how they do with smartphones right now, which is contracts. Contracts makes it affordable for the average person. So yeah. The metaverse coming soon, basically.
We're back to music. Jhus was trending. And I just find it interesting because he's got this whole persona, this whole kind of like juju thing. And like, he dabbles clearly in the rituals of the ancients, of our ancestors. He knows his ancestry. His African roots are very clear to me when he is doing his thing. And it was funny when he released a song like last week, I believe it was. It's only a week. Wow, time is just so fast. And he was like, people were just like, people are like commenting on all this kind of idea about, you know, what it's devil music. It's devil music. Two things, yeah. It's like separating the two aspects of Jhus. Those lyrics that he's spitting, that is devil music. That's not the African spirituality that he's tapping into. That's not the juju. That's not all of the voodoo or whatever that people associate with that. Those lyrics that he's spitting or tapping into, that energy that he's evoking, very, very, like, it's so magnetic. It's so, like, the music it draws you in. It's got those, it's just got, it reaches you. Reaches your your base, sacral base. It really does tap into that energy. But those bars, like where you're spitting about murder and killing of someone else, it's just like they should be banned. They need to be banned. Like, those lyrics should be not allowed. Just full stop. Like, I don't understand how you're allowed to talk about killing another human being and it's okay to have on a track. And not just picking on Jhus. The point I wanted to make about Jhus was, don't confuse and conflate the two energies. Like, someone who's tapped into true voodoo and understands that wouldn't be so willing to do those kind of lyrics because they know themselves really and truly. So I don't like people conflating those two messages. That was my gripe, and I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, fair enough, and it's a good point to make mention. There's enough artists that say they're Christian, go profess to go to church or whatnot, and they're doing the same devilish lyrics in their thing. It's just Jhus's resonance and certain things that he says that makes it like feel a bit more dark. But what's more like there's so many artists out there rapping about killing people, like. And the murder of or the killing of black people when it comes to music is acceptable. It's been acceptable. If they direct it at another group, then of course it's not going to be played. And this is the type of conversations, like to talk about earlier, like what we were saying earlier. These are the type of conversations that not only the UK don't want to have, but in general, like, and we as a people don't want to have. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable for those type of things. There, like the value of black life when it comes to music, African lives, when it comes to music, is we dance to our own demise. Like, we love it. We love dancing to our own demise. If you actually just take the lyrics and you read the lyrics, read what you're actually listening and vibing to, and what you might be even all reciting, like, it's devilish. So no, this is not limited at all in any way, shape or form to Jhus. It's just that when he put out his song, there's a lot of people tweeting and talking about, this. Basically, when you're advocating for the murder of any human being, really and truly, that is devil music. You can't tell me nothing different from that. It's devil music. And the thing is, people don't want to use those type of language with regards to certain other people, and they'll use the excuse, and I put it as excuse because there's experience, and there's a difference between recounting your experience, your lived experience, and glamorizing. And when there's a lot of glamorization of basically evil acts, the coolness of it and the allure and the like we have of those artists, and the like we have of the music that they produce sonically, it sounds good. They might even have some bars. Makes it difficult for people to like rest with those type of words when you say it's evil or it's devilish. Like they can't, because it's like you're like from a Pan-African saying that to somebody, it's like, I'm ruining your fun. That's basically what it is. So when people are defending it, it's like, I'm defending this because I don't want my fun to be ruined. But when we're talking about the arts and the power of music, what is it, the environment that is being created or being projected or being enhanced from the music, from the lyrics? The music influences, it's just a fact. Like, there's so many studies on this. the music influences human behavior. It does. You can, like, on even a subtle level, if you put on grime, your body responds to it differently than if you put on jazz. Literally. So, go on.
Just to add to what you're saying, absolutely facts. If you just watch one individual grow up and just see what music they were into and see what cultures they adopt, how they end up dressing up, what choices they make when they go to a club, or, you know, their attitude towards their peers, it's based on that influence of the music that they're listening to. Of course, it has a huge impact. Music is everywhere. It's everything. When you tune into Spotify, they're talking about you got access to millions of songs. Basically, people are spending the whole entire day in the world immersed in music, any kind of sound that, you know, that they're into. So, and that brings about a culture and a way of being. You know, it gives people access to an identity, something that they can place upon themselves as how they can behave, that's going to be acceptable socially, that people are going to respect and like look up to or whatever. So that's, you know, what kind of clothes are we wearing? Like what brand are we into? You know, people are constantly like tapping into music and musicians, artists for like identity, for their identity. Like they don't have it otherwise. They have no identity otherwise. They need those influences in that way, and the mainstream is cloaked in all the kind of really like obvious cultural, what do you call it, like decorations. Like they have to have all the expensive rich Gucci and all of this stuff. Why? Because obviously you're just making those guys very, very rich. Okay, to make yourself appear like you are rich, you're making those guys very, very extremely rich. So they endorse you, like, please wear our thing for free, wear it, show it, you know what I mean? There's not like they're actually buying it. The stage where they're buying it, or they want to show that they're not signed yet, you know what I'm saying? But once they're signed to majors, there's whole deals that they have with all these powerhouse fashion labels that, you know, that people are tapping into, the mainstream are tapping into, and understanding as a code of, this is how we dress, this is how we move, this is how we talk to each other. We say the N word, we say the B word, we, you know what I mean? And it means we're bad bees, we're this, that, all of this kind of attitude towards like who they identify as, but it's not real. It's none of it is actually based on any reality that's tangible. It's based on ideas and ideologies that help you consume more and like just be a toy for the game of capitalism.
Yeah, and that's destructive lifestyles. It's destructive lifestyles, like it's everything you just said, and it's destructive lifestyles that is being promoted. Like, there's no two ways of putting it. But again, if you feel strongly about this, please comment on this, because I know a lot of people do feel strongly on this. And just to clarify, it's not any individual really. Jhus we were mentioning because of the reaction to him, but it's not about any individual artist. One of my favourite artists growing up, in fact my favourite artist growing up was Tupac, and Tupac still holds a special place in terms of artist and just a general human being. However, I'm not of the belief that any human being on the planet is above criticism, and Tupac put out a whole lot of negative music. Like, it is what it is, man. Like, it was negative. There's no jazzing around or like lyrical dressing that you can do to describe that anything other than negative. You can't put a spin and say anything positive about that. So, and it gave reason or it gave reason to believe that the East Coast West Coast beef was a result of the East Coast West Coast beef resulted in both him and Biggie's demise. I don't personally believe that Tupac was killed by gangs. I personally believe this was much higher than that. Establishment wanted to get rid of a very powerful revolutionary. However, like I'm saying, no one's above criticism, and yeah, Tupac, his negative music did have a damaging effect upon our communities. Like it did. But he did a whole lot of positive things. So I'm just saying, I'm mentioning Tupac because I know a lot of people love Tupac, and I do too. But I'm bringing up Tupac because I'm just making a point that here is an artist that I really like. If I'm saying that the negative music is damaging, then it's not a personal thing against any individual artist. And this other thing as well that I wanted to quickly mention is that an artist we might see today in a certain kind of way could grow and evolve from that. And then I feel like people often hold people in a certain place. So no artist is held to a certain place or a box. Boxes are not for artists. We don't do well in boxes. If we're meant to be free to express. And another shout out for Tupac, because I think they gave him a Hollywood star or something like that, and his sister picked up and it was emotional and stuff. Again, not with the establishment and what they give out and what they award. I'm not with it, but I can be happy for what makes our people happy. So that made his sister happy, made his family happy. So I'm happy for that recognition that Tupac has had. And to be honest, it does feel a bit long overdue. But yeah, those are my contributions on the matter of the manner. Manner is not needed here. It's just matter.
So thank you so much for tuning in. We are the Poets, people of extraterrestrial substance, and we are so glad that you've joined us today for this episode of Out of Noise. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video and share it with whoever you want to share it with. Share it with the world. They all need to know our thoughts and opinions, don't they?
Yes, they do. And also buy us a coffee. Check out our merchandise. And also, also check the description box below for our first sponsor for Out of Noise. If you are looking to lose some weight and transform your body to the optimum that it can be, then please check the link below. We're going to give you a code to Elevating Nicks, and you will be guided towards a personal trainer, a personal trainer, and a coach that can basically take you to your best self. So you see people running around summer body. You can get that summer body too. So yeah, check out the description box below and you can find out more information. And yeah, check out the video as well. A little clip.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you again next time.
Peace.
Cornell.
Lion in the jungle. Lion in the jungle. Lion in the jungle.
DJ Ron K. Say one man has no light, and the other man has got no candle, and one man has no door. Say the other man has got no handle. Say life no big competition. They wanna put me in a Royal Rumble. I don't wanna be a dog in the city. I'd rather be